No, what I always look forward to is relaxing. I'm not presenting, I'm not performing, so I can sit there and relax and have someone else perform as opposed to me for the night. So I like that.
Theater was the thing that encouraged me to dream beyond my circumstance, outside of my circumstance. You know, and empathy comes from seeing, comes from experiencing. You know, you can't know about other cultures until you experience other cultures. And that's what we get to do. We get to bring all of the things to people and hope for change.
Favorite Tony's memory?
Winning one. It's exciting. It's something ever since I moved to New York, I've realized there's a kind of innovation and energy there that I could identify with. It was, to me, it seemed like very similar to the music world and the kind of innovation that was happening.
Well, I was here a few years ago for Constellations, and I don't remember too much about that apart from my manager spilling champagne on my dress before I went down the carpet, which was great. Yeah, so that's what I remember mainly from that event. Hadestown and To Kill a Mockingbird. I saw Network in London, but they're the ones I'm sort of most looking forward to.
I have two Tonys. I mean, I have been here, but I was away for a long time from the theater. Tommy Kail, who directed Hamilton, Tommy Kail put me in a play called Lombardi. Tommy Kail brought me back to Broadway. Daryl Roth brought me back to the theater. She and the team that was doing Wit. So it hasn't been that I've always been here. I went away from the theater, literal theater, for 22 years. So to be back in this way and to be welcomed back in this way, it's remarkable.
It never gets old. I'm still thrilled to be invited in any way, shape, or form. And this is sort of my home community. This is where I started, and I love all these people. It's a very tight-knit, small community, and which is kind of amazing because it is so small, and yet it makes a big impact around the world. I'm so happy James Corden is back. He's an amazing host, and his opening number is so huge and fantastic. I got to see it earlier at rehearsal that everyone's going to be talking about tomorrow, and I don't even know what one anybody else could do to top it next year.
Does it ever get old?
Never. It's the live performances that nobody else can beat. I'll never forget Alan Cumming and Natasha Richardson doing Cabaret. Rest in peace, Natasha. But it's a good memory, but it changed my life. I thought that's a kind of performance.
Well, a couple things. I think the kids from the Parkland last year performing was, because we wouldn't be here if it weren't for arts education. We wouldn't have an industry without arts education. And then the last time James hosted, when, it wasn't a favorite memory that what happened in Orlando happened. What was a really favorite memory is how proud I am to be part of this community and how we came together and did the right thing that day. And here we are celebrating Global Pride today. This community has really done a lot for inclusivity, and if that can just spread like wildfire across the country, and the world, that would be a wonderful thing. I've worked here 8 years now, and I love all of them. But there are some real horse races, where it could go not just 2 ways, 3 ways, 4 ways. Like there's so many categories that are up in the air. So I think everybody's gonna be on the edge of their seat.
So she gets out of it because she doesn't, we support everything. The Broadway League's job is to make sure that everybody has the ability to present the best work they can. And because they're all part of our family, all these producers, all these actors, all these designers and directors and choreographers. And that makes it fun just to be in this party tonight.
I think Broadway as a brand has never been bigger, and I think it's because we are open to all ideas. We want everyone welcome. Broadway is the most accessible form of live entertainment, and that's what we want to be. Well, my favorite opening night opening number was the number with Neil Patrick Harris when we had 150 cast members, and he was standing on a 50-foot tall Tony. I have a feeling I'm going to make a new best memory tonight.
Well, mine would certainly be, I'd be disingenuous not to say winning the Tony for The Lion King was maybe my favorite memory of the Tonys.
I'm really excited about performing tonight. Yeah, we're doing Can't Say No and Oklahoma, and I'm just so excited. That's going to be such a dream. Well, Cynthia Erivo doing Color Purple last year. Was it last year? Yeah, 2 years ago. Oh my God.
It's much bigger than any of us. It's bigger than any of us who have worked on it. And the moment that I had to stop writing it because we were opening, I saw a bunch of kids standing outside the stage door, to meet our actors, and some of them dressed up as our characters. And I was like, I will never know what the relationship of these kids is with this show. And the show is bigger and older than me and any of us who have worked on it. And I'm so grateful to have been part of this process.
I'm so happy for you.
Seeing Shirley Jones and seeing my amazing cast led by Rebecca Naomi Jones and Mary Testa and Damon Dono and Patrick Vale and Ali Stroker, seeing them perform on that stage is going to be awesome. I mean, Jennifer Holliday, Dreamgirls, that's a pretty amazing number. I think that's probably the one. I watched it the other night, in fact. Yeah.
I feel like there's like a secret stash of VHS.
Oh, it's so great.
I have so many Tony memories. Oh, Michael Jeter in Grand Hotel was one of the most, Google that, was one of the most consummate Tony performances of all time. Michael Jeter in Grand Hotel.
I think I'm most looking forward to performing. I don't know why. I don't know why. I've been up for the last 6 weeks. I haven't had a moment of sleep, and we just had a matinee. But I don't know. I think it's just like our actors by nature are, gluttons to perform, and I'm very excited. I've never performed at Radio City before. My favorite memory that I had was when we were, when I was at the Tonys 3 years ago. I became such good buddies with everybody who I was nominated with. So to the point where anytime anyone won an award, they'd come up to us and they would kind of do like the Guess Who. And Reed Byrne, who was here 3 years ago, I was sitting in my seat and he put his hands around my eyes and he said, "I just won a Tony." And we got up and we hugged. I'm sorry. And it's so communal and community-based here, which I don't think you find in a lot of other types of award shows, that the competition aspect, not really here.
Well, I've never been to one of these before. This is I was nominated for the first time. Yeah, because I haven't done that many Broadway shows, so I'm sorry. It's kind of fun. Yeah, I hope I win, but if not, I'll still have a good time. I think you broke it. It was one little hook to Broadway in California, watching the Tony shows. Everybody performed. You'd see Bernadette Peters or Ethel Merman or Mary Martin or Carol Channing or Pearl Bailey. It was just amazing, and you wouldn't get to see that always. So the Tonys are very special.
We met here 16 years ago at the Tony Awards.
This is our anniversary.
During a commercial break. Yep.
Well, last night I think it is. He thinks it's tonight.
Okay, so this is the debate. He celebrates June 8th, which was the date of those Tony Awards. I celebrate whenever the Tony Awards are. That's what makes it so special. We're here to celebrate the things we love, each other, the theater, people we create with. And that. I can't tell you how extraordinarily powerful it is to walk onto this carpet in front of that flag.
I'm really excited to see the guys from A2 Crowd get on stage and do their thing, because I have been a fan of the Temptations since I've been alive, and my daddy played the songs for me. So, and a friend of mine, Jeremy Pope, is also, one of them. And I don't know, that's what I'm most excited to see. I haven't seen the show yet. It's amazing in a different way. And but everyone remembers the Adele Dazeem moment. And I have, because of that, just been really diligent on making sure I say every name right. But this is really my first time I've ever been here, so I don't know. That's maybe not a good answer, but it's been on my mind.
Seeing the performances of other shows, because doing 8 shows a week, we never get to see other people's shows. So it's really awesome that we get to sort of get a little sneak peek and a little glimpse. And you know what I'm also really excited about? Checking out all the looks, because I love a glam moment. The first Tonys that I ever attended was with my Broadway debut, Spring Awakening, and that was in 2007. And we were lucky enough to be able to perform, the entire company. And I remember I was actually texting with the original cast of Spring Awakening earlier today about that moment. We were all on stage together, and you know, the curtain slowly rises and we see all the tiers and the mezzanines of Radio City, and it sort of felt like this slow motion experience, and it was so vivid and it was so amazing because we were all so young and it felt like we were growing up together, and I'll never forget it.
It never gets old, you know. It's always an honor and it's always a privilege to be here, you know. I take it very seriously because, you know, I think there are a lot of brown gay kids out there who want to do what I do, and you can't be what you can't see. I think the first one was special, not only because I won, but it was really it was a very diverse year. 2016 was very diverse. We had so much color on stage and off stage, and it was wonderful. You know, when I looked out, when I received my award, and I looked out into the audience, it literally looked like New York. It looked like the A Train. You know, it was so colorful.
I remember when Anika Noni Rose won for Carolina Change, and I remember when LaShawn's won. And both of those times for Color Purple, and I remember both of those times feeling like, oh, okay, like there's space for women that look like me on this stage.